Shedrick Renard Mitchell.
Your Honor, I believe he's outside.
Okay. The bailiff is going to get him.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may, if I can address the court, Judge?
Yes. Okay, hold on a minute. We got to get a prosecutor.
Sure.
We're in session in 5 cases. First case is cause number 325-264. Second case is cause number 325-574. Third case is cause number 325-576. Fourth case is cause number 326-086. And the fifth case is cause number 329-09. Excuse me. I'll repeat that. Fifth case is cause number 329-022. All 5 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Shedrick Renard Mitchell. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Mitchell?
Pretty good.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, thanks for being patient with us today. Mr. Mitchell, your attorney, Mr. Tom Burbank, is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Burbank, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Judge.
Mr. Burbank, due to our COVID protocols in Jefferson County, we are unable to have jury trials until we get clearance from our county health director. Do you want to keep these cases on the trial docket?
Yes, Your Honor. And just for clarification, I was over next door just a little while ago, and my understanding from last week is if the defendant had a felony trial, that it was going to be reset on the same date or after the felony was taken care of. I had a case last week in which the court, I thought, instructed me that, and that's the reason why I did not show up.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Burbank, I see here on the docket, his felonies case is set for trial on October 13th of 2021. Do you want to set these cases on that same date, or do you want a different date?
I think if we set them on the same date, Your Honor, I don't know, what will happen in reference to trials in October. Hopefully it will go. But if we can get the felony taken care of, I think the misdemeanors go by the wayside.
Okay. Could you give us, we're going to reset it on the same date, October 13th?
And is that at 9 o'clock, Your Honor?
Yes. Now, Mr. Mitchell, your case is going to be reset the same day your felony case.
Okay.
Once you get your reset from here, you'll be free to go.
Okay.
Now, on that date, you're going to have to report here to check in with our bailiff, and then you'll go down to the felony court to check in down there as well. Once you finish with your felony case, you're going to come back here to let us know what happened on your felony case.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Now, Mr. Mitchell, you can stand on the X in front of our court. There's 4X over there in front of our court coordinator. And once you finish resetting your case, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And thank you, Mr. Burbank. Your recess will be sent to you. You have a blessed day as well.
You too, Your Honor.
You're
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you,
you're
Your Honor. Bye.
Bye. You're gonna set it on the same day with his felony. Just said it, and he said the felonies will be dispositive of the misdemeanors. Doing the paperwork on Van, right? Okay. All right, you have a blessed day, sir. Well, it's Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayo.
Yes, Your
Mr. Mayo.
Honor.
Okay, you represent Justin Landry.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to try. I didn't know we needed to appear. I apologize. I'm not dressed properly or anything. I apologize.
Okay, your apology is accepted. Now, Mr. Mayo, were you able to contact Mr. Landry?
I'm trying to call him right now.
Okay, I'll let you do that. You can just put your mic on mute. She's doing the paperwork. John Van Wright?
So, all right, Your Honor, I have him on the speakerphone.
Okay. Miss Morrison, hold up a minute. Mr. Van Wright, how are you doing?
For the club.
How you doing today, Judge?
Okay. Now, let's see. This is Mr. Justin Pierre Landry. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mayo, due to the COVID protocols, we were not able to have trials until we get clearance from our county health director. You want to keep your case on these cases on the trial docket?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just hold on for your trial date. Okay, your trial date is going to be the case is going to be reset to December 6th. Your reset will be sent to you, Mr. Mayo and Mr. Landry. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is reset until December 6th of 2021 for trial. Mr. Landry, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Mayo, you're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're in session in cause number 324540, case of style of state of Texas versus John Stanley Van Wright. We have Mr. Van Wright appearing. Mr. Van Wright, how are you doing? Okay, Mr. Van Wright, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Van Wright, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Okay, Mr. Van Wright, you may put your hand down. Mr. Van Wright, you're here with your attorney, Ms. Stella Morrison. Ms. Morrison, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. Ms. Morrison, you like to waive a record in this case?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. And Ms. Well, the state is represented by Ms. Julie Maxson. Ms. Maxey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Van Wright, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about March 18 of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Van Wright, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Van Wright, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight and or contest the charges?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, Mr. Van Wright, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Van Wright, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Van Wright, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box checked nolo contendere. And these initials are JV. Are these your initials?
JVW, yes, sir.
JVW? And Mr. Van Wright, there's a signature above the line that is on the 3rd page of this document that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is trial court certification defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Van Wright, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature above the line that's titled defendant? There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Van Wright, I have before me another document. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature above the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Van Wright, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. And State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and also like to offer states to the probable cause affidavit.
Do you have any objections? No objections. State's Exhibits Number 1 and 2 are admitted. Ms. Morrison. So, okay, let me ask you. Ms. Morrison, you've advised in counsel Mr. Van Wright. Is there any evidence that he is mentally incompetent to stand trial? Okay. Mr. Van Wright, your attorney, Ms. Morrison, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with the representation? Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Van Wright, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for 180 days, probated over 1 year, a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, DWI education, and drug and alcohol assessment.
You did about it. Drug. Okay. Mr. Van Wright, the state is offering in your case that you serve 180 days in jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $452. The total fine and court cost is $952. You'll also be required to pay $60 probation fee each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You'll also be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments that you would have to pay for this probation is $165 per month. Will you be able to pay the $165 a month?
No, sir.
Okay, do we have a magistrate warning or a affidavit in this or anything? Okay, I'm asking. Okay. Now, Mr. Van Wright, need to ask you a couple of questions. Okay. Now, Mr. Van Wright, are you employed?
I was.
Oh, wait a minute, my question now, are you currently employed?
Yeah, before they see that DUI on my driving record, I'm a truck driver.
Okay, my question is, you said you was, that's past tense. But I'm asking you, are you currently employed? Are you employed right now?
Your Honor, he's an over-the-road truck driver, and because of this charge, he is going to, he's gonna automatically lose his license, to drive.
Understand?
Because of the nature of his, because of the nature of the offense, he's gonna lose his job. However, he's saying he is telling you he will not be able to afford.
Well, I understand that, but I just needed, I got a couple of questions I need to ask him. And so my question is, right now, you are employed.
He was not under the influence of any alcoholic beverage. He was under the influence of prescription medicine when he was driving.
Okay, but my question is, are you currently employed?
As it stands right now, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. And now, are you married, single, divorced, widowed, or separated?
I'm married.
Married. Okay, married. Do you have any children that are dependents that's from 0 to 18 years old?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, in terms of residence, do you rent? Do you own your own home? Do you rent? Okay. 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 Now,
His wife cannot work.
so okay, well, that was one of I got a bunch of questions I've been asked. Okay, now, what is your take-home pay?
It varies about 5,000 a month.
Okay,
Sometimes less, sometimes a little more.
understand. Now you say, now your spouse do not work,
No, sir.
okay. And do you receive child support or anything? No, okay. Do you receive any kind of governmental benefits like Medicaid,
No, sir.
SSI, SNAP,
No, sir.
TANF, or public housing? No, okay. And do you have any assets? Do you own a car?
No, sir.
No, okay. And you said you rent, so you don't own a home, okay. Now, in terms of your expenses, what is your rent each month?
$1,000 a month.
1,000, okay. And utility bills, that's light, gas, water.
Somewhere around 250, 300 a month. All of them.
Okay, you say total about,
Somewhere around there.
okay. Now, because you don't have no dependents, so you don't have no child expenses, right? Now, what about food expenses that, that you would eat per month? You and your spouse, I guess.
$150, $200 a month food. I guess, I'm just coming out.
Okay, I'm just trying to, let me do this here. Let me do it like this here. Just to give you a little rough idea. If it's 200, if it's 200 a month, divided by 30. That's about $6 a day.
Well, it's gonna be a bit more.
Okay, I'm just, okay. So I'm saying when you're thinking about you and your wife, I mean,
She on the medication every month, Mama.
yeah, we'll get there. Okay. I mean, what I'm saying for you and your wife on an average a day.
Probably about $40 a day. something
Okay,
like that.
let me do this. So that's 40 times 30. Let me clear that up. Is that right? 40 times 30. Yeah, it's about 1,200. Okay. Okay, now, transportation costs. What are you spending in like, if you have to, gas and automobile, insurance? Do you have to pay automobile insurance? Okay, what is that?
449, I can look on my phone, it's in my messages. $449 a month.
So that's insurance. Okay, what about gas?
I don't know, $100 a week maybe.
400, okay. Let me do this here, let me do this here. Times 52. 433 a month, plus the insurance, plus insurance, 449. It's about 882. 882, okay. And you got a cell phone?
Yes, sir.
What you spending on that?
$58 a month.
58, okay. You're not on probation or anything, right? You ain't no probation. You got probation fees?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your probation fees?
$90 a month.
90? Okay. And
Truck note.
well, that was with transportation. Okay. Let me go back up to transportation. What's your truck number?
Truck note is $557 a month.
557?
Yes, sir.
So that's gonna be 1,000. It's gonna be 1,006. Okay. Medical expenses.
I pay 400, just over $400 a month for my insurance.
No, I'm talking about the medical expenses. I think your attorney was saying something about you had to pay some medical expenses.
Yeah, I've just been diagnosed with COPD, so I pay for my medications and what else?
Well, how much is that?
Uh, $70, $80, $90 a month, something like that.
Okay, okay. Now that you're saying that your wife got medications too or something, or
No, that's just mine, but she does have.
that's what I'm saying.
That's just mine.
What are you paying on that? She doesn't work.
No.
Okay.
She's got that Medicaid, so it's not very much.
Oh,
She was a jailer at the state correctional facility when she had the breakdown. She had a breakdown.
Okay.
There, and as a result of that, Ron, I think the insurance from that state facility is still,
you paying some of that?
yeah, no.
Okay. So, but you paying about 90, you said?
Somewhere around there, might be a little bit more, but I'm not, that's a good ballpark figure.
Okay, now what about credit cards? You have to pay any credit card bills? Okay, let me see what we got.
And now I have no job. I can't work.
Yeah. It's about 3,000. Utilities. Yeah, love is 3,000. So I'm gonna try it again. One plus 75 plus yeah, I still, that's expenses is like 37.19 a month. I mean, you're saying a take home is about, give or take, 5,000.
It was,
I mean, you still work, I mean, what we do is we don't project about what your future income is what your income is now. You see?
Yes, sir. I understand.
So that's what I'm dealing with what it is now.
I have to be honest with you, sir. There's no way I'm gonna be able to pay all that with no job.
Well, I'm saying right now, but I mean, I'm not your attorney, but I mean, there are things that your attorney may be able to do. But at this time, I'm not gonna find that you're indigent at this time, okay?
Can you waive probation fees?
Well, he's not indigent. I mean, if he was indigent, but I don't find that he's indigent. Okay,
All that. Waste of good so long.
okay. That's 3,000. Okay. So, Mr. Van Wright, the state's offering that, well, first of all, that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in Jefferson County Jail because you'll be on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $452, which comes to a total of $952. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. And you'll be required to pay monthly installments. Well, you'll also be required to pay a Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. The total monthly installments in this case that you'll be required to pay is $165. Now, you'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend the DWI education class, and you'll be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment. You'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Now, Mr. Van Wright, do you understand the state's offer? And you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you entered into with the state. Mr. Van Wright, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. Once you finish, you're gonna follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following the directions of the clerk, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And you, Ms. Morrison, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day. Okay?
Right.
And it's good to see you healthy.
He's not doing good.
Okay, well, we'll continue to pray for him.
He needs it.
Yes.
Oh God, the baby's gone, babe.
Wow, sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell him I said hi. Okay.
You won't see it, but I will.
Tell him to hang in there.
He'll be ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Just tell her.
He says,
Oh,
2 to 3 years.
Ms. Morrison, you can sign.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Van Wright, once you leave here, you ought to report to probation. This is the address, 828. And,
Gonna be on probation here in Beaumont.
well, I mean, once they, if you are on probation, put you on probation for, yeah, they'll switch you. Yeah, they'll let you know.
Anything out there?
No, ma'am.
All right, y'all have-
all right, y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah, don't talk to me.
Mhm.
She said, the secretary said that they told you that tell you to retrace it. And I told her they don't work like that. And, this morning they contacted me and you said she's unable to come over, and she did. Then she called back and said that the state was supposed to dismiss this case.
Oh. Okay, this is cause number 323234. Case of South State of Texas versus Randy Deshaun Kelly. Mr. Kelly, would you come forward? Mr. Kelly, how you doing? All right, thanks for being patient with us. We contacted your attorney's office regarding this case, and your attorney's office, I guess, or the attorney informed our court coordinator that this case was supposed to be dismissed. Is that correct? Did you look into that?
I can look. I don't.
Yes. So we're gonna look into that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the information that was just relayed to us. All right, so just have a seat. We'll call you back up.
That case, that court, although I thought that he was in custody.
No, because there was a warrant out for him.
Maybe that's what it was, there was a warrant out for him, Judge.
Yeah. Yeah, he was an AFRS and bondsman got off. So,
He has a felony, I think, motion to revoke probation, judge, or a felony pending. And
Yeah.
that's why this case keeps getting reset, I believe.
yeah, he got 2 felonies.
They just pushed it to September 15th.
Okay, the felony case was reset to September 15th. We're gonna reset this till the same time, if that's all right with you, Mr.
Yes,
Grove.
sir.
All right, Mr. Grove, you can get your reset, and once you get your reset, Mr. Grove, you'll be free to go.
Money down there, they just have people that are out, you know, that are out there in jail, they don't have the people involved.
Uh-huh.
You can sign from the jail, but I'm sure you know which one it's on.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Can you get there now?
Hmm?
Yeah, they moved that table up
It's so
so far.
close.
This table was so much I can't get through. I went through, but it also, when I drive by where you live, they changed the
Okay, Mr. Kelly, you can stand in front of the court coordinator, sign in your dismissal. Once you get your dismissal, you'll be free to go. That's Mr. Kelly. You can get your you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
Wow.
He is supposed to appear tomorrow there at 1:30.
Yeah.
And maybe they just haven't changed their.
Yeah, I think they said somebody the thing flooded or something.
I guess they just haven't changed it yet.
No, I'm saying, but they're saying the reason why they reset those cases because drug court flooded or something. There's something happened over in drug court. That's what they said. So they had to reset everything from the day to tomorrow. I don't know if a pipe bust or something. I don't know what happened. Okay. Let's see. So we're back down on let's go to our bond forfeitures. I don't see none on the trial docket. I don't see none on the pretrial conference docket. And on the announcement docket. It's just one. Oh, okay, we have two. Yes. We're in session in cause number 325-864, cause number 325-866, and cause number 325-6029. All three cases are style of State of Texas versus Scholar Coat Compton. Scholar Coat Compton was scheduled to be in court today for the court's announcement docket, which was scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 23rd of 2021. At or about 9 a.m., Scholar Coat Compton's name was called by the bailiff, and Scholar Compton did not answer. The court has been in session since 9 a.m. The time now is 11:35 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Scholar Compton? Scholar Compton's name was just called again by the court's bailiff. Scholar Compton did not respond. A reasonable time has passed to give Scholar Compton an opportunity to appear in court on these three cases, and Scholar Compton has not appeared. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would move for a KPS and a Bachel.
That would be granted. Scholar Compton's bond in cause number 325-864, cause number 325-866, and cause number 326-029 will be forfeited, and a warrant shall be issued for the arrest of Scholar Compton. We're in session in cause number 328612. Case is styled the State of Texas versus Robert C. Murphy. Robert Murphy was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. Robert Murphy's name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. And Robert Murphy did not answer. Robert Murphy has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:36 a.m. on today's date of August 23rd of 2021. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Robert Murphy? Robert Murphy's name was just called by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. Robert Murphy did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Robert Murphy an opportunity to appear in court. And Robert Murphy has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will move to Ron Colbert at this time.
That motion will be granted. In cause number 328612, Robert Murphy's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for the arrest of Robert Murphy. This will conclude the calling of the announcement docket, the pretrial conference and plea docket, and the trial docket. All was scheduled at, which was scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 23rd of 2021 in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding.